What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this is my Bird Box review. And at the end, I'm gonna give you the hidden meaning. Now, first, I want to thank everybody that support my work at patreon.com/Jaymoorereviews. The link is in the description box below, as well as everybody that supports my work at patreon.com/Jaymoorereviews. I wouldn't continue to do this work without your support. I thank you. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And if you enjoyed the video, click that like button. Let's get into it. Bird Box. It's a good movie that just came out on Netflix. It's got everybody talking, and really it's because it's an original movie in the sense that they're fighting an invisible enemy, and if they see it, it can drive them crazy, which is why they're blindfolded. One good thing about it, off the top, it's got a good cast. It's got Sandra Bullock, Trevante Rhodes. He was just in that new Predator movie and Moonlight. It's got John Malkovich. It's got White Precious. She was in Patty Cakes. It's got the little Hispanic girl that was also in Maze Runner, and it's just a pretty good cast. Lil Rel, who's a very funny comedian from Chicago. He's blowing up. I first saw him on Shaq's Comedy All-Star a few years ago, and he's been working with Kevin Hart. He's got his own show on Fox. He's been doing great things this year. John Malkovich, legendary actor, great career, being John Malkovich, so many other things. And they had an appearance by Machine Gun Kelly, MGK. A lot of people may not be familiar with him. He's a rapper. Me, myself, I'm not too familiar with his music, but he seems to be somewhat popular. And so once the movie starts going, you see Sandra Bullock rushing the kids and stuff, and she's talking to him kind of, rude in a way, kind of straightforward. And so we wonder what's going on. Then you see them blindfolded trying to get in the boat, row the boat down the stream, and we wonder, how is somebody going to row a boat and you don't know where you're going? You could be going in circles. You could be going from one side to the other instead of going down the stream. But nevertheless, that's how it kicks off. Then the next thing you know, it's going to 5 years before. And so it's saying 5 years ago. We're wondering, well, okay. So 5 years ago, we see she's pregnant, and she's going through some things. She's an artist, and her sister and things, they talking, and so she got a doctor's appointment. They go, and they talking to the doctor and things, and she doesn't seem like the type that really is too happy about motherhood. It doesn't seem like she's in the relationship with the baby daddy, and so maybe she don't know who the pappy is. I don't know. Or maybe, well, they say she know, and maybe they not getting along anymore. Nevertheless, she's not too thrilled about mamahood. And so while they're leaving, when they first get there, they see a lady talking on the phone, and when they leave, they see this lady. She's trying to be a crackhead. She's turning her head and banging it up against the glass, and so they're wondering what is going on. And previously, before they got into the hospital, they had heard on the news that all kind of stuff, crazy stuff was going on in Europe and Russia, and so they weren't thinking about it. When they leave the hospital, they like, oh man, it's going on here. And while they leaving, her sister had dropped the phone, or the phone was ringing, and so Sandra went to pick up the phone or whatever, and then the next thing you know, her sister's tweaking out, trying to have a little road rage, and so she's like trying to stop her or whatever the case, and next thing you know, the sister is having a tweak out moment and crash, and so next thing you know, it's just pandemonium, and so nobody knows what's going on. What did the sister see? She tweaks out hard and got tears in her eyes, and while all this chaos is going on, somebody tries to help Sandra Bullock, and then next thing you know, they ready to tweak out, and some people trying to help her, and she just sitting there, and then, brother man to the rescue, and so he came and saved her or whatever. They all run into this house that was right nearby, and so they all trying to hunker down. They got a few different people. It's sort of like a you know, hodgepodge mix of characters hiding out in this house. And, you know, some were for it, some were against it, but nevertheless, they ended up getting in there. And so nobody knows what they're up against. That's the crazy thing. They got the Chinese dude that was in Jurassic Park, Dr. Wu, and so he trying to wonder what's going on. Everybody's looking at the news go out. We see Lil Rel, he actually used to be working at a grocery store. Looked like he worked at Kmart or something with that red vest on. And so everybody's tweaking out. Nobody seems to know what's going on or whatever. And so Lil Rel, he the one that seemed to know. He like, oh man, it's this or that. I was doing a book about it. It's these spirits, it's evil spirits and demons and whatever. And they like, oh man, did you learn this in college? He like, no, not college. Did you do this and that? No, I learned it on the internet. So of course they don't want to believe him because, you know, he's crazy, he's tweaking out, and so nobody want to believe you know, him. And so it's just real crazy what's going on, and so nobody knows what to expect. I don't, you know, they all worried. They cut off from civilization. The phones are not working. The TV went out. And all they got to go off is Lil Rel's info, and so they don't know what to do. They don't know what to think, and so you know, they all trying to figure out what's going on and how they gonna survive this crazy ordeal. It's real interesting because it's putting a scary movie thriller in a different space, and nobody's ever been in this type of you know, against an unknown enemy type movie. Machine Gun Kelly, he's thinking about getting high, popping pills, and next thing you know, he trying to sweet talk the little girl, the young cutie, like it's his third cousin or something. And so we see White Precious, she there, you know, she was in a movie called Patty Cakes, and you know, she built like a mattress, so I don't know, it was all, you know, trying to figure out should they let her in or not, you know, and she was pregnant too. And so you got John Malkovich, he's the only one that's not trying to buy into anything really. He's trying to hunker down the most, and you got other people, they trying to help everybody, and you got this dude, and he ends up coming. So you got different people trying to come. They running out of food eventually, so what they decide to do, which was kind of crazy, is go get food from the grocery store that Rel worked at, and they can't see, so they decided to paint all the windows black in the vehicle and drive with just the sensors and stuff. And I don't know how in the world they could have made it to the grocery store without seeing where they're going in this vehicle and made it back. I know they were using GPS and the sensors and stuff, but it's a crazy scene, and it was so much, you know, going on outside. It was crazy how they did it, and the suspense and stuff. And then once they made it to the grocery store, it was very crazy and interesting as well. Sandra Bullock, it cuts back to 5 years, so the movie is flip-flopping between 5-year time periods. And so we see what happened currently, and then it goes back, flashback to 5 years, flashback now. They showing her with the birds in the box, and the reason the birds were significant is because whenever that unknown entity comes around, then the birds start to chirp. So, you know, that's Birdman. He was on to something a long time ago. And so anyway, they cut back to, we see time steadily moving forward, and you know, different people are starting to bond and get along more, and different things happen. I'm not going to give away too many spoilers. I want you all to be able to still enjoy the movie, but just different alliances and different things kind of form, and just people trust each other differently and different things. But nevertheless, some things happen, and they go through some things. As you see, they even get around to the point where, you know, they show how the kids are, you know, born and how they grow up to be 5 years old and whatever the case. And so it's just real interesting to see how they survive and what they had to go through whenever they had to go somewhere they couldn't see. And so that's why people are doing this bird box challenge to see what you could do and how would you survive if you couldn't see. You know, it's a lot of different things out there, injuries or things people have to deal with. And, you know, I don't know what would be worse, not being able to see or not being able to walk. But not being able to see is not easy to survive with. So it gives people a lot more respect for blind folks. In the end, Lil Rel, he tried to give people the warning and different stuff, but he had to be careful to not let his mouth overload his ass, you know, because then you don't want people to turn or people to do this or that or whatever the case. And then he didn't want to be the one to do everything either. So it's interesting to see how everybody survives and do things, and it's just really interesting, unique movie. I suggest you go see it. Now, the hidden meaning behind it is, some people say what it is about is that this 5G network coming out or something is supposed to cause cancer or make people crazy or whatever. And so some people say that although in the movie it's supposed to be some type of evil spirit or whatever the case, some people say it's actually could be that 5G network that's getting ready to come out or something to that effect. Me personally, I'm not sure, I don't know, but that's what people say it is, or something to that effect. Regardless of whether that's the truth or not, the movie is a good movie. It is interesting. The end will be, I don't know, the end to me wasn't as good as the rest of the movie, and we'll see how you guys, I'll be interested to see in the comments, what did you guys think of the movie and what did you guys think about how the ending was. Some people say it's going to be a part 2. I don't know. The way they make movies now, they pretty much try to make a trilogy out of every movie, especially if it does good. So I don't know. Lil Rel, he was so scared, it looked like he was about to shit a Miata or something. So I don't know. But anyway, the movie was good. Check it out, especially if you already got Netflix. It costs you nothing extra, and you'll have a good little enjoyment for a few hours. In the end, I hope you enjoyed the video. Check it out. I'm looking to see the comments, see what you think. And also, thanks for subscribing. Peace, and I'm out.